So now let's see the vocabulary for this dialogue. Let's start with the nouns. So you will see that in Maltese they use an article, which is usually il in front of the word. It's not important now yet to study the articles with the nouns, because there's some general rules that are very strict for the use of articles, and we'll see them later on. Let's see the nouns. What I put in brackets always is the female form of the noun, if there is one, and then the plural. So for example, for student, the female form is studentessa, for a female student, and the plural, so students, is studenti. And then for nouns, it's just the one just above, is sostantief, and the plural is sostantivi. Pleasure is piacere, plural pleasures is piaceri. Maltese is Malti, feminine Maltia, and plural Maltine. Now that's both for persons as well as the language. So if you want to say a Maltese person, you say il Malti. And if you want to say the language, it's as well il Malti. There's no feminine for the language. If you want to say a house, you say dar. Plural is diar. And for day, you say giornata, a plural granet. So for day, you say giornata, and the plural is granet. Afternoon is varanofsinar. That sounds very complicated, but if you break it down, it's very easy and very logical. If you understand Maltese logics, it's vara means after, that's literally after, and nofsinar means noon, so it's a combination of two words. A plural is varanofsinariet. That's a little bit slower. Varanofsinariet. Night is leil, plural of that is lieli, and vocabulary is vocabulario, and the plural is vocabulari. Monday is name. I'm sure you saw that there was a capital used for Monday, as usually in English as well, there's a capital for the days of the week. Good, now let's see some adjectives. In Maltese, adjectives are adjective and the plural adjectivi. So that's the following. Hazin, hazina, hazina. That's for bad. Tayyab, taiba, taibin. That's for good or for okay. Good. And now let's see the verbs. We'll see the grammar of the verbs in another section, and then we'll see it extensively, how you use, how you conjugate the verbs, and so on and so on. So this is just for your understanding of the dialogue we've just read. So verbs is verb or verbi in plural. Mush. If you're in Malta, you hear that verb a lot. Mush, mushdin, mushdak, and so on and so on. Literally means it is not, he is not. And if you split it up, I've split it out for you in between the brackets. It's m, u, sh. And I'm sure you remember that u is the third person of the singular of the verb to be. So it is, or he is. Andi is I have. Nitalem is I learn. Titalem is you learn. Tkalem is the imperative form of the verb to speak, so it's speak, and we'll see the imperative later as well. Nitkalem is I speak. Manafsh is I don't know. Yoshbok is literally it pleases you, but we'll see the expression in which it's very frequently used just in one slide. Imur is I go. Narak is I see you, literally, but it's as well an expression. In Maltese there's so many expressions, and this is one of them. It's as well see you in as in English actually. So if you want to say see you, then you say narak. And the last one, nahdem, is I work. So let's now see the others. And other in Maltese, that's ihor for the masculine, ohra for the feminine, and ohrain for the plural. And there's bonjour and hello. They both mean the same. It's hello. Bonjour is derived from the French. There are still many words in French from when the French were there under Napoleon. That's 2 centuries ago. And hello, that you will also see very often in Maltese. It's a version of the word hello in English, but then written phonetically. So a hello, that's, you write it like you hear it. And then there's kif, how, mush hazin. Mush we've seen in just 1 slide ago. And hazin we've also seen 2 slides ago. That's bad, and it means it is not bad. It's usually when you ask kifinti, then you would say mush hazin. Well, it's not bad. Okay. Then she and sh means what or some. It's used before a noun or before a verb, like in shinu. That's a phrase that you will hear a lot in Malta. You see the u at the end, hu, that's from the third person in the singular, from the verb to be, and it means what is it? Shinu. So when you haven't understood someone, you can ask shinu, and then they will probably and hopefully say it again. So mela, wealth. Mela, that's when you ask foreigners how much of Maltese you know, and foreigners in Malta, they will probably say, well, I know mela. And mela actually doesn't mean much. It means well, or, well, yeah. You can use it in any phrase, in any context. It doesn't mean much. Then there's yek, it means if, and yek josbok, as we've just seen, literally it means if it pleases you, but it's used as please. Ukol, or written ukol, if it's after a word ending in a vowel, means as well, or again. Lilek ukol means same to you. When someone wishes you good luck, and you can say lilek ukol. Now, alright, that's the same as for hello. It's written phonetically, it means alright. Il giornata taiba means have a nice day. These are a few expressions. Il wara nofsinar tayeb means good afternoon. And I'll say it again. Il wara nofsinar tayeb. It's a difficult expression, but you need to use it quite often, just to say goodbye in a nice and polite way. Il tayeb is good night. Scusani is excuse me. It's very similar to Italian. And yes and no are Iva and le. Ftit means a little. Hafna, a lot. Down is these in the plural. And ti is the possessive in the first person, so it's my. So about the vocabulary, I attached the PDF in this course. You will see that I only put the English translations to all the nouns and verbs and vocabulary in Maltese. So that's just to let you exercise the writing part of Maltese. And I will ask you to write everything before you listen to the dialogue again, so that you will understand much better the dialogue. By writing, you learn much more than just by listening, so that's very important. And it's very important as well because I will build on the vocabulary in this course. So I take it that everything that we've seen now, well, I can use it in my coming lessons.